Good evening. I'm Clarice Tinsley. The U.S. Agriculture Secretary met Governor Abbott today to announce steps to battle an invasive species that could threaten Texas livestock. That invasive pest has been spreading north through Mexico. Fox 4 Sean Rabb joins us to explain. Sean.
And good evening, Clarice. This threat is something called the New American Screwworm Fly. And while it's called a fly, it's really a parasite. It's more than 300 miles from Texas on the southern border. The federal government joining Governor Abbott, sounding a dire warning about the damage that could be done to Texas cattle industry and the food you buy.
This is an issue that is essential to the cattle industry, to food supply, which are at risk because of a screwworm.
This is what's called the New American Screwworm Fly.
It's basically, Sean, a parasitic fly that lays eggs in living tissue.
Dr. Roel Lopez leads the Natural Resources Institute at Texas A&M. The screwworm fly posing a threat to not only wild animals or pets, but most importantly, livestock.
This can result in billions of dollars of losses a year. It could truly crush the cattle industry as well as other livestock industry in Texas.
The fly is not here, Sean. The last outbreak in the United States was in 2017 in the Florida Keys that impacted the endangered Florida key deer. That was quickly put under control through this sterile fly technique.
The sterile insect technique is a process where flies are produced in a facility, then exposed to radiation to be sterilized. Sterile male flies are then released into areas where the screwworm's been identified.
We have launched an $8.5 million sterile fly dispersal facility in South Texas, and we have invested about $21 million towards renovating an existing sterile fruit fly production facility in Mexico to produce up to 100 million more sterile flies needed for eradication.
Fort Worth's Brooke Rollins is the Trump administration's agriculture secretary.
Today, we are going even further and taking the most sweeping actions in our country's history to date to stop this pest in its tracks.
The federal government committing $850 million to fight the fly, $750 million to build a sterile fly production facility. That facility will produce 300 million sterile male flies a week to be dropped into target areas where the screwworm is now. 100 million for new screwworm detection technology. And Mexico in full partnership with the U.S. fighting the screwworm.
To ensure that we keep this pest, this parasite, and others like it out of our country that threaten our economy and our way of life.
Now, it's going to take about a year to get that new facility down in Edinburgh up and running. Secretary Rollins suspended all imports of horses, cattle, and bison from Mexico. The USDA will also increase mounted patrols of so-called tick riders, who are the heart of surveillance for fever ticks in cattle, now also looking for what the government hopes it can keep at bay, the New American Screwworm Fly, an insect the Agriculture Secretary calls a threat to national security.
Monumental problem. Sean, thank you.
Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles, to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, peace, blessings, and salutation to the elect of the nation of Israel. To you I say Shalom. So, looking up some information on the screwworm fly. It says the New World screwworm, a parasite that can be deadly to livestock and wildlife, is a growing concern in Texas. Governor Abbott and the USDA have announced plans to combat the threat, including a new sterile fly production facility in Edinburgh, Texas. The screwworm infestation, which involves fly larvae burrowing into wounds, can be particularly dangerous to animals and even humans. So these parasitic flies can go on open wounds, you know. It says the new world screwworm is a parasitic fly whose larvae infest open wounds on warm-blooded animals. This can lead to severe illness and even death in livestock and wildlife. As the cattle die, that means what? Less food for the people, which would lead to a what? A lack of bread, a famine. Okay? This is happening, this is going on right now in our lifetime. Potential impact: a screwworm outbreak could severely impact Texas agricultural sector, which is a major contributor to the state and national economy, according to Governor Abbott. Symptoms: signs of a screwworm infestation include maggots in wounds, a foul odor, and irritated animal behavior. Treatment: if you suspect a screwworm infestation, seek immediate veterinary or medical help. Do not attempt to remove maggots yourself. So a lot of these animals, they have open wounds, and guess what? Those screwworms going to attack that open wound on animals and you humans and people. Okay? The U.S. plans to build a $750 million fly factory in Texas to stop a flesh-eating cattle parasite. A pest, right? Pestilence is running rampant in these last days. Let's get Matthew 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. And that's what we see. We seeing people against people. All right. Kingdom against kingdoms. Civil, division, race, division, left wing against the right wing, the Egyptian going against the Egyptian, people against people, nation against nations, famines, lack of bread, lack of food in the earth, earthquakes happening every day in diverse places. The NLT in verse 8 says, but all this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come, right? It's more to come. We're just in the beginning of sorrows. They still got the ICE raids going on, and you got the National Guard in DC. You gotta have the National Guard and troops in other cities as well in the upcoming days and weeks. You still got people losing their jobs, being laid off, rent is high, people struggling, And now you people got to worry about a screwworm fly. You know, these things are happening in our lifetime. It's time for great judgment, and Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua, he's sending the judgment. This is second Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So you people will be in a pitiful case. And we are in those times now. Okay? With all hell breaking loose, you people still proud. You still think it's not going to happen in your lifetime, while things happening in your lifetime. Things happening now. And that's the reality of things. That's the reality of life. It's happening now. You see? But you people are what? You're not watching. So when these things come upon you, it's going to catch you people unawares. Okay? This is Luke, the book of Luke. This is Luke 21. This is verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars, and upon the earth the distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So let's look up the word perplexity. Distress of nations with perplexity. And let's go into that word, perplexity. And it says the state of one who is in perplexity. Going into what? To be without resources, to be in straits, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn, to be at a loss with oneself, be in doubt, not to know how to decide or what to do, to be perplexed, to have no way out, be at a loss mentally. Yep, there we go. A lot of people will be without resources. A lot of you people are at a difficult point in your life. You're in straits. You're in a position of difficulty. You see, you got women, they want to go 50-50 now. That feminist movement was witchcraft, sorcery, and it was a big lie. You see? And who ate of that philosophy? Women. Especially the women of the tribes. You people are going to be in doubt. You see? While the scriptures say in 2nd Ezra 15, matter of fact, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, I believe. Yep, verse 75. Verse 74, Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. There you go. Us sincere believers, the true worshipers of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua, we're not doubting God. We're not doubting him. Nope. We're not afraid. And if the feeling of us being afraid may come upon us, well, guess what? We praying to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua. Why? Because he is our guide. Okay? It says what? One of those definitions for perplexity, be in doubt. You people don't believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. So when all hell break loose, call upon those false idols. See if they gonna save you. When the screwworm fly attack you people, call upon those false idols you was worshiping. Not to know how to decide or what to do. Your Pastor Porkchop not telling you the truth. He's supposed to be your spiritual leader. You're supposed to know which way to turn from your spiritual leader, right? Just to prove to you that these wacky-tacky Pastor Porkchop eating Christians, they don't have the truth. Okay, it says be at a loss mentally. You people going to have the plague of the mind. You're going to bug out, which you're bugging out now. You already took the sauce, you took the juice a couple years ago. Now that juice has been taking effect. Some people drop dead instantly, but some people, you know, was some people still alive from the juice, you know, and they're bugging out. They got things wrong with their body. Their diet is already off, is already bad. You see? So you people gonna be left without resources when the screwworm fly attack the cattle and food and whatnot. And when the worms attack the open the open wound, you can't sell that piece of cattle, that meat. You gotta throw it away. That meat is infected. So this is major. Okay? And this is perfect timing too. Perfect timing. So with that, all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hasham, Rachak, Kodash, Shalom.